Hi, this is a presentation I did for the Auckland Marketing Group. I said I was going to put it online. So this is a presentation that will teach you about Google Optimiser, maybe some copywriting techniques you use to increase the sales of your website. It's just, again, it's presented at the beginner level and should get you up to speed with kind of Google Optimiser and how you can split test. Okay, so if you've got a site or some kind of something you want to get more conversions of, be it newsletter sign-ups or actual sales or anything on your site, then you need to test. And in order to test, you want to use something like Google Optimiser. Google Optimiser is a good tool. And what Google Optimiser does is basically send 50% of the traffic to one version and 50% to another version. And it does this by split testing. So like visitor 1 would get variation A, and visitor 2 would get variation B, and then visitor 3 would get variation A again. So you're splitting in a live time. You're not sending like 50% of traffic to one week and 50% of traffic to the next week. So why test? Basically, you're trying to find out what converts better. You want to know for sure what's better rather than just guessing. And then once you know, you can roll that out to different parts of your website. What we think in our mind is going to convert better usually doesn't always pan out. So you need a good way of testing. And this has been used in the direct mail industry for years and years and years by segmenting the list and sending them different segments, slightly different copy to see what works. And then once they know, then the next time they'll send out the better one. That becomes something called the control, and then you try and beat the control each time. Okay, so one thing with Google Optimiser, I'm not going to go into the actual technical parts of the tool. I'm just going to go over an overview. If you want to learn out about it, there's lots of places online where you can go and find out about it. But these are the results of how they come, and you get two lines on the screen of your results. One's orange, which in this case was the new version that I was testing, and the blue one's the original. And in this case, because the results are fairly close, we needed about 200 to 300 conversions to get a confident result. So if you've got a small site, it's going to take a long time for you to get 200 to 300 conversions. You might only get 200 to 300 conversions in a year for sales. So let me explain. A confident result is one that Google knows is statistically confident. It knows it's got enough data to get rid of the probability that it's just a random occurrence. So you need less conversions to get a confident result if the differences are really striking. If you've got a really big difference, then you don't need as many conversions. If you've got a small difference, you need more conversions to get average out the probability. So if you've got a small site, then you might not want to test to sale. You might want to test to a path that would lead to sale. For example, you might only get 200 conversions over like 6 months, say, but you might get a lot of people moving from the home page to the product page, or something that they have to do along the path to the sale. So something like newsletter sign-up will be a good example. You might get a lot of newsletter sign-ups, and you could use Google Optimiser to work out what was the best copy or images or things to use to get more people to sign up. You could also do something for like basket to checkout, just somewhere that will give you enough conversions to get useful information. So you don't always have to track sales. It's good if you can. But you've got to be aware that your tests might run for a long time before you get any useful results. Okay, so I thought I'd do some copy examples of tests we've run, and it was interesting to see if you could guess which one converted better or not. We've got this one here. We've got end of season sale, exclamation mark, end of season, exclamation mark, sale, save up to 69%. That was one split test. And the other split test was end of season sale, save up to 70%. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that behind my photo. But anyway, end of season sale, save up to 70% is what it says. So, which one converted better? Now, it turns out this one converted better. The introduction of an exclamation mark and changing 70% to 69% actually converted better. So, moving on to the next slide. The one with the 69% converted at 4.808%, and the one at 70% converted at at 3.26%. And so you can just see it, just a small tiny change has made a big difference in conversion. Now, the reason why is usually strange odd numbers that stand out convert better than the normal one. We're so used to seeing 70, 20%, 30% off that we just kind of get blasé about it. If you actually do something like 69 or 69.5%, it just gets more attention and it converts more. And you can see that you're almost converting at another percentage point here, which is a massive difference. If you think about 100 visitors, you're almost getting one more sale per 100 visitors, which in a big site is a lot of money. Okay, so moving down. Copy example 2. Okay, which product description was better? A true classic, need we say more? The photo speaks for itself, and as the saying goes, it does exactly what it says on the tin. And the other one was our most sought after and popular classic sweater you can wear every season, whether you're out for supper, at the golf club, or travelling home and abroad. Now, the better one was the second one. The original copy was the one that I didn't write, and I came to improve it. And I just thought it was kind of it wasn't really saying much. It wasn't really giving people an impetus to buy. And I put in most sought after and popular classic. People like to buy popular things. People like to buy things that people are looking for. Tried and tested stuff. And also tried to put in some visualization of where they could wear the sweater. And it turns out I was right. And the top one converted at 12.3% and the bottom one converted at 14%. So that's a massive difference. And 100 visitors to that product page, you're getting 2 extra sales for every 100 people. And as I said, people like to buy popular items, and the bottom copy gives more of a vision. Now, people don't always like to buy popular items. On some of the copy I've written on that site, some people don't want to be buying something that everybody's got. But in the kind of like mid-price range, it's probably good to go for. In the high price range, you've got to do something slightly different with the copy to make people buy. Okay. Homepage images. I can't put the homepage image on here because it's kind of confidential to the client, but I just wanted to tell you about 2 images we put on a website. They were very similar. They were basically just of 2 guys on a website wearing similar clothes, and I thought, well, I'm not going to get much difference between these 2, but the results were staggering. And where are we? No, that wasn't it. And the answer, it was a huge difference. What the homepage was converting at 2.69% originally. With the new image, it was converting at 3.4%. Now the homepage is getting a lot of hits, so it's a massive difference. 100 visitors, you're getting an extra sale each 100 visitors. So, why was the difference? Who knows? Let the results steer you. See what works and go with it and move with it. You can't always tell why something's working, but you've got to test. So thank you, and I hope you can do some good Google Optimizer